Well, I started at 8 years old at Lough, and finished up at Mark Smith here, Macon, Georgia, and then to Appalachian State.
What transitioned you into coaching?
If I couldn't play, I needed to coach. There always comes that time when I went to Appalachian, I realized that was the end of my playing career. There were some really good baseball players there, so I said I better graduate and get back to coaching.
What was it about coaching that you really enjoyed and still enjoy?
Practice, teaching, just teaching the individual skills, putting them together as a team, and I still enjoy that more as much as games.
And you worked with young people a long time. Have they taught you something along the way?
Not for that. They taught me more than I taught them, that's for sure.
Still find, but you still obviously have always found coaching to be a challenge, to be something that you enjoyed. And I think probably, as you said, you weren't necessarily in it pursuing wins and accolades.
No, because your talent has a lot to do with that, and when I had good talent, I was a better coach. Yeah, they keep you honest and they keep you on your toes, and you learn a lot from being with young people.
We'll wrap it up with some thank yous you'd like to send out.
I do. I thank the committee for this wonderful gathering we have, and I'd like to thank the people who showed up, and you said this was the largest crowd, and let me tell you how much we appreciate that. And I want to thank Kim Bonifay for nominating me and being such a good friend throughout my life. And I have to recognize the two most important people in my life. That's my son, Chris, and my daughter, Jessica.
I want to play basketball. Did you go out for the team, or was there someone acting that said you need to play basketball?
They came and got me.
You were hooked.
I had to work hard, but it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Now back then, you were 6-on-6, right?
Yes. And we had 3 forwards and 3 guards, so I got to do much on defense. It was all on offense, but we coach always told me, they put that ball in there, you better shoot it. So I was very obedient.
And it seemed like you kind of grew into the game and grew to love the game.
I did. With a lot of practice. A lot of practice.
After you had a great high school career, you win state championships, earned honors, and then all of a sudden, I guess back then, nowhere to go.
No, the girls played basketball in college back in the 60s, so I had an opportunity to go out of the country, but too little to raise out of the country.
So then you got a job and started raising a family.
My mom was very proud of me. I went to business college in Washington, D.C., and eventually came back to Macon. And met Peggy.
So what did you think of this woman comes up to you in the airport and asks, "Come on, play college basketball"?
I thought at first she was, kidding. I didn't know her. And then she was serious. So I'm like, now, I have 3 children, I work, and, that's just too much. But she kept after me. She brought the lady from admissions over, and the coach came over, and they kept talking, and eventually, I said, okay. My husband encouraged me to play. He had never seen me play, but he knew of me. So, he encouraged me to play. So, there I went. And then I started with basketball in the backyard. He put my basketball roll up. I ran around the circle where I lived, got about a circle. So I did the weights at first, and so it goes.
It was amazing.
My college coach. I'd like to thank my mom for keeping those 3 children. I couldn't have done it without her. My husband was a traveling man, so it was me and mom and the kids. So we did it. And I want to thank all the family members for their support. I had something to know for
I lost a note I had on you, so I was just making it up as we went. You want to search through this book here? Who stole this page? There's a picture of a funny looking music.
I understand that Bobby Pope was the one that put my name in nomination, so I want to thank him. And I want to thank Brenda for finding me. She said she'd been looking for me, she didn't know where to find me. She finally found someone who knew me and came, and she has been on the case ever since, making sure I kept up with everything that was going on.
Well, we congratulate you. Thanks very much. Sports Hall of Fame. Congratulations. I'm doing well. All right, so obviously that was a pretty good baseball player. So was it always baseball focused growing up?
Pretty much, pretty much. We played all the sports, but baseball was first love,
I think hitting baseball is one of the hardest things that an athlete has to do. So how did you refine and hone that skill?
Just countless hours of BP, soft toss, hitting off the tee. We had a net in the backyard, and it was tied to the basketball goal, magnolia tree. And we would just hit off the tee like that all day. Daddy would throw tennis balls to us in the backyard so we would break windows. So it was constant.
It was a method to the madness. All right, so now growing up all of a sudden, you are like always batting in the middle of the order, which means you are always expected to produce. I mean, so how did you deal with that pressure? I mean, knowing that they're looking to you to get a big hit.
You got to trust your mechanics, trust your abilities, and just do the best you can. Best you can.
What are some of the things you learned from participating in sports baseball in particular?
Discipline, hard work, and just it takes hard work.
Anyone you'd like to thank?
I thank my mom and dad. Without dad and mom, it would have been baseball. And my Clark, Bub Adams, and Stratford, Coach Stallings, George Sutton.
Folks, you were a good one too. Let me tell you, you saved many of my sports shows with good highlights, my friend. Brett Henley! Welcome. Congratulations. Glad to have you with us. Already was once said that you threw so hard, you could throw a baseball through a car wash and it wouldn't get wet.
Actually, I saw Nick Cannon at one of the Mercer games recently, and he told that story to me, and I've never heard that before. It sounded pretty good.
So you did a lot of things growing up. So how did the focus on baseball come about?
I guess just a little league, Omaha Little League, started at 8 years old, and of course, baseball, that's all I wanted to do, and continued on through Mercer.
All right, so take me to the mound. You're in the state championship game. School's never won one, and you're the man out there. So what goes through your mind?
Well, I kind of looked at it like, is there anybody here that I struck out?
That was your job that day.
I wanted that batter to come up to the plate just to visit 3 spots, go back to the dugout.
Now, you kind of had a competitive streak in you, though, didn't you?
Yes. It was all business.
And then you went on to Mercer and did very well, battling through some injuries, but still had an excellent collegiate career. What are some of the things, I guess, that sports taught you?
Well, Claude had this, first of all, it was just an honor to play with him. I think the fact that he's being inducted today as well as me makes it very special. But he had this saying, and Sarah, I'm sure she's heard it many times, as is Claude Jr., but he always said, anything can happen, and usually does. And I've lived by that phrase for many years.
All right, any thank yous for you?
Everybody for being here, for one. This is a really fabulous turnout. It'll be more than ever before. So, Paul and Susan Campbell, my brothers, put my name in the pot for this. And for it. And,
We pulled your name out of the pot. Bobby Holmeyer, Macon Sports Hall of Fame. Nice to have. All right, so talk about growing up with yourself. With
didn't want to add another sport. I was playing basketball too, but she made a promise to me. I said, if you never make me run, I'll try.
I was going to ask why you focus on that. So now, those are two incredibly difficult events to master.
I think that discus really came easily to me. Dave Sparrow put the discus in my hand for the first time, and it was like, I found my first love with it. It just came out of my hand perfectly, and never separated after that.
And then you added the chocolate.
Yes, I added the chocolate, which was not one I loved as much. But I grew to love it over the years, and was incredibly fortunate to get to do multiple events through track and field, and to carry that into my collegiate career and help set me up for a great college education, and kind of jumpstart my education and career, and kind of really propelled me through the rest of my life.
I'm just saying, so a lot of times after folks excel in high school, as soon as you get to college and the performance levels off, your performance got even better. What drove you to keep going in college?
Oh goodness, well my parents always raised us to do the very best that we could. And that was very subjective and depending on what we were capable of. And they taught me hard work and resilience, and that's what I did every day, and I pushed to see what the best was. And I'm incredibly fortunate. I feel like I did ultimately kind of hit that ceiling by the end of my 5th year of college, and I'm just so blessed for the lessons that it taught me, the friendships that it gave me, and again, the way it set me up and helped me kind of propel into the rest of my life.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Yes, of course. I would like today, my incredible family that is here today. I could not do it without you and your support. To my coaches, April Cassell, Dave Sparrow, Coach Howard, Coach Tiffin, Coach Clyburn, that had such an impact on my development as a track and field athlete, my teammates, my friends, to my parents that taught me everything that I am, and made me who I am today. And to Granddaddy, who's my number one fan, I am so thankful that you never let a moment go by without being celebrated, and I'm so blessed to have had the athletic career that I have, and to have all the support that I have going through the rest of my life as well.
Thank you, Tom State. Football scholarship, James Madison University. Lough, midget football, Central City Park. Oh, you gotta go watch Clinton play. Oh, so growing up, always kind of football focused. Were there other things you thought about doing?
Actually, when I first started, I played was baseball. Started over there, made it to the league. But kind of let that go when I got to middle school. I always played basketball, so I was always played basketball. My senior year in football and basketball, so I grew up playing 3 sports.
And that competitiveness, I mean, you always look at you, but you always seem like you were under control, like you were calm. I don't know if that was the way inside, but outside, it just seemed like the moment was never too big for you.
Absolutely not, man. Reminded me that I can tell I'm kind of soft-spoken, but when I get on that court and field, I'm a beast. Mentality. If my mom was living, I try to beat her butt every time I'm on. So I always want to win. So.
And and then off to James Madison. That was an elite group of players, and you competed with them. You helped win a national championship. Not a lot of folks can say that.
Yeah, man, that was a heck of an experience. Coach Mickey Matthews played a vital part in my life. He's actually from Georgia. He used to coach at the University of Georgia. When I got there, man, we finished 5-7, 6-6, and then my junior year we finished 13-2 and won the national championship. So I feel like I had a big part in turning the program around. So it was a blessing.
What about being a leader on the field? I know that was a role sometimes you had to fill.
I got a lot of accolades as far as All-American. I don't get it all, set records, but I tell people my biggest thing that I take pride in is I always been a captain. I've been a captain since red ball, I've been a captain on the collegiate level. I've always been a captain just by hands to my phone. So that's what I take pride in. Not a big talker, but I'm all about action. So I definitely want to be guys.
What are some of the things you felt you had to do as a team captain?
When somebody's not doing their job, I got an issue with that.
changes for you tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank my dad. He's my biggest supporter. Play AU basketball, wherever I'm playing, Philly, he's gonna be there. And I'll never forget, my junior year, we played Villanova in Philadelphia. He took the train up. So by the time he got there, it was like a week late. By the time he was getting off the train, the whole game was over. So it was like crazy. So he had missed the whole game, and it was a crazy experience. And I'm gonna tell y'all another story about that. He came to Canada. We played in the Grey Cup. It's like -40 outside. So my dad, he's country from in Georgia, so he with his little winter gear on. But you know, there in Canada, you gotta wear different type of clothing. Right. And I felt so bad. It was froze like the end of the game. I felt so bad. But I got a strong support team. I want to give a shout out to my cousin George Foster. He's the one that kind of nominated me. Him and Coach Stone. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. All right.
Appreciate it. Clint, thanks very much. Clint can make his first Hall of Fame. Yes, we do. A lot of times in the gym. Did you ever consider telling Coach Richardson you wanted to play football?
That was no answer.
We just love to see the face if you did that. Talk about growing up. I mean, it was almost destiny that you were going to be a basketball player. But you obviously enjoyed the sport. You obviously enjoyed competing.
Yes, I did. Growing up on the south side of Macon, it was real tough. Coming through the neighborhood that I came from, basketball was the outlet for me. So coming up in the household, in the Manning household, my older brother Eric Manning. So that was a big step for me. So I knew I could live my family down. So I said basketball was my way to go.
We're going to pick up games between you and E. He said you did, Eric. He said. So you compete. Talk about playing under Coach Richardson. He was a demanding fella. I mean, he expected you all to do the right thing all the time.
Correct. Excuse my friends, but it was pretty hell. But my coach, Don Richardson, he was very perfectionist. He wanted everything to be perfect. Everything had to be straight. If it wasn't for his way, it's no way. And one of the things that I went through, and a couple of my teammates are here with me, they could attest to that. We had to do line drills, right? So you smoke a cigarette, walk out the door, and said, y'all better still be running when I get back. So for me being a freshman coming in, I went home to my mom, like, Mom, I don't know if I really want to do this. So she said, boy, you're going to stay in there, you're going to do it, and you're going to come back here and tell me nothing better said about you. But playing for Coach Richardson, I wouldn't be the man I am today.
I always was impressed. I actually thought you were almost too unselfish. I thought you could have scored more in high school, but yet you always were in the system.
Yeah, with that system with Don Richardson, we had to, move the ball around. But I had a point guard by the name of Russell Odom, that guy over there. He took a lot of shots before me. I had to let him know, I am a shooting guard.
Oh, those were some great teams. So then all of a sudden the decision to go out west, UNLV. What did you like about that?
Out west, I played for one of the legendary coaches in America, Mr. Jerry Turkane. Very perfectionist coach, like Coach Don Richardson. I had a chance to play for another Hall of Fame coach, because I went through 4 coaches in 4 years.
See, that's what always impressed me, that you stayed through all of that and still excelled.
Yes, I played for Mr. Roy Massimino, legendary coach as well. He came from Villanova, became our resident coach at UNLV. And he's another coach that, expected perfection as well. So being out west, I like the weather. That was one good thing for me. And schooling and playing basketball for Coach Jerry Turkane and Mr. Roy Massimino was big for me.
Some of the things that you learned from competing at the highest level.
I would say discipline. That's probably one of the most important things for me. I had to wait my turn coming in as a freshman. So I think discipline, having respect for other guys, is just waiting for my turn to shine.
Anyone you'd like to thank tonight?
I like to thank my mom. So without my mom, I don't think it's on me, because she
Welcome. All right, so how about you growing up? Was soccer always a big impact in your life, or how did you kind of evolve into that?
Soccer was very big. I think I played U5 growing up in South Florida, and I played until 3 years ago. So my knee still works than it did when I was 5, but soccer's been a big part of my life. I made a lot of friendships, obviously had a chance to impact young people and work with some great coaches. But I played baseball growing up until I moved to Georgia. Started playing club soccer, played for John Lough, he was my club coach for high school, and so I just always been around it.
Did you ever see yourself as a coach growing up going all that? When did that kind of come about?
I never saw myself as a coach. Charlie Parrish, who's I had a mentor that would be mine. He coached my brother somehow, some way, invited me to go coach at Tapple Square, and progressed into from a helper to a middle school coach to a varsity assistant, eventually AFP and varsity coach.
What is it about coaching that you enjoy?
I love competitive, but I also like taking, in a high school environment, you take what you get and try to make it competitive. I love the fact that you get people that are very willing to work for you, and we try to invest in kids and try to make sure that they know we care about them, and once they do, I think they'll do anything for you.
So it's always been more about that than it is just about pursuing wins or championships.
No, those come. No, I think every year we start out and we want to take a whole bunch of talents. Some of the players that show up are not very talented soccer players, but they've got gifts that they can contribute to the team. And watching that locker room come together over the course of the season and eventually become pros really makes it special.
What are some of the things your players have taught you and continue to teach you?
They'll work for it. I'm very impressed. I've coached boys for 30 years. I've coached girls now for about 25 years, and it amazes me that they come out there and they really want to work. And as a coach, you're glad when they're coachable, and they've been very coachable.
See, the drive is still there for you.
Oh, it's still there for me, yes. I'm competitive, and we want to try to figure out what we've got to make it better the next day. We've got a sign in the locker room that says, "You can't be tomorrow. We're trying to come in today." And so that's something we really work on every day.
All right, final thoughts for you.
My final thoughts are very, very thankful for this. I've never been one of these, so apparently this is very good crowd. But no, I'm very thankful for the opportunity to still be coaching. My family supports me. I've got a great faculty that supports me.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. We appreciate it.